Hey, all you mutant goons from beyond, it's Doug here, and I'd just like to present to you the new show, basically a sister spinoff show. This is called Slasher's Smoke Break. That's right, that's the episode where me and Coker basically get stoned and either watch a bunch of movies together, crazy movies. Right now we're talking about movies that scared the shit out of us as a kid, so enjoy Januscary month and Happy New Year, everyone. Hey, all you mutant goons from beyond, it's that time again. It's that new year, 2022. Will it be more of the same as the last 2 years? We don't know. And quite frankly, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Anyway, this is James J. Coker here. Say hey, Mr. Coke.
And Doug Wah with Slasher's Smoke Break.
Yes, if you cannot tell, we did take a huge hit. I actually upped the dose as,
oh my God.
you know,
with my new pipe I got... With my new pipe I got for Christmas. It's really nice.
Yeah, well, as El Duce will say, up the dose and 3 fists for a fuck. So
yeah.
All right, dude. So this is Slasher Smoke Break here. We got something new lined up for you in the January years. Jake and A did another episode, and now Mr. Coke and Doug will be doing ours here. Yep. And it's kind of non-conventional here. This is an episode that we kind of freeballed on.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like freeballing while stoned could be a
hey, it's
very
the end of the year. It's the party episode.
Heart-to-heart.
Fuck it.
All right.
It's the party episode. We're going to bring like 3 big topics for this episode, guys. But we're going to go off the rails with every single one of them. So if you just want to hear 2 stoners ramble, all right. Happy New Year's, everybody. Let's get started.
Okay, well, yes, Happy New Year's to all you guys out there. Hopefully everyone binged and drive successfully here. If not, they're probably dead in a car accident somewhere. So be safe and don't drink and drive. So thank you for all of you who are still alive. There you go. See, I can rhyme like the Leprechaun.
That was amazing, man.
Thank you. That's what I call freeballing it.
That was some damn good freeballing.
Okay, well...
before things get more homoerotic...
Yeah, you feeling the homoeroticism through here?
Yes, a little bit, Tony Scott's directing and shit,
Yeah, it's going to have the... what's that guy that did Nipple Batman?
Oh, Joel Schumacher. You want our bromantic movie to be a Joel Schumacher movie over a Tony Scott movie? Okay, I'm down for that.
Okay,
a lot of focus on nipple and ass,
Nipple and ass
play. No, nipple and ass, so...
nipple and ass play, that's the best, son.
Well,
there you go.
I really like Batman Forever. I watched it stoned last year, and I really appreciate it a lot more. But
is Batman Forever the one with is the Ice Age?
No, that's Batman and Robin. That's a different one.
Same difference.
Well, anyway, guys, the first subject of this Slasher Smoke Break is shit that scared the ever-living shit out of us as kids. Now, we can talk about movie monsters, we can talk about video game monsters, we can talk about characters in non-horror movies that scared the shit out of us. I can talk about an old arcade game that scared the ever fuck out of me. But just shit that scared the hell out of us as kids, or as the popular in podcast terms, kinder trauma. So Doug, I would like to ask you, what was a video game that scared the shit out of you as a kid?
Yeah, so that's a weird one because it's weird. I had one when I was a kid and one was when I was a teenager, but I didn't know I was really scared of it until I kept having nightmares about it.
Okay, what was the game, man?
Well, the one when I was a teenager, that was a PS2 game, Manhunt. So the first Manhunt.
Really?
Yeah, and most of that game is pretty much known as for its murder and violence in there. But it wasn't.
It's very symbolic of 2000s horror. That sort of gritty, brutal, vicious brutality.
But see, it wasn't that stuff that got to me. Like, I was playing the game. I remember I played on the PS2 at night in the basement.
Yeah.
And what stuck to me was the atmosphere of it. Like,
really?
It has a very weird, like, kind of, like, urban, sinister soundtrack. Because the whole movie's about a guy that's trying to make snuff movies. And it's stealth-based. But the atmosphere of it, like, there's these, these really racist redneck in the trailer level, and I remember that, and I kept having nightmares about it. Like, I was like, man, I'm having nightmares with these like very scary like rednecks taking a shit in a trailer.
So Doug, is that why that nightmare and your love of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is why you're so much into redneck backwoods horror?
Yeah, I am. Granted, these weren't like backwoods rednecks. They're like, what are those? I was gonna say the Proud Boys, but we'd be alienating some
Hold up, we're going to be called Bugmen.
Bugman. Oh, we've been called Bugman. And you know what I realized Bugman is? Bugman is those guys that carry those man purses and walk into an Apple saying, I need my iPhone 11.
Fuck off.
No, they're up to 15 now, aren't they?
All right. Okay.
So if we're Bugman, we'll be Bugman. Better than being a racist anyway.
Yes. So that's a childhood video game scare of yours.
Yeah, that gave me nightmares. And then when I was a kid, you may have known this, but a lot of people on Reddit say the same thing. Resident Evil 3, and I gotta say that like when you first meet Nemesis and you're hiding in the save area, and the music changes, like when you first, like anytime Nemesis is chasing you in the PS1 game, it was nightmare inducing, and we were all terrified of Nemesis.
Oh wow, man. My first video game scary memory as a kid was playing the Friday the 13th video game for the NES as a kid, and like I would be walking around going doo, 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 and then as soon as Jason would pop up and would do that bam 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 bam, I would jump and go like so. And I would flip my shit when Jason showed up. I would be playing the game like this, going like this, So my earliest one was the Friday the 13th NES game. That was then like later on, it would be like the Splatterhouse games would really get to me as a kid. Oh my god, the Splatterhouse games, and earliest video game scary memories was Friday the 13th NES. The Splatterhouse games, and then getting scared of the liquor scene in Resident Evil 2. Like when you have to fight the liquor, and it comes down, and you're like, oh, and it plays the music. Precious golden memories, my friend.
I thought Resident Evil 2 was the hardest one.
It's pretty rough, dude. If you play as Claire, bravo. Nobody could play as Claire.
Yeah, it's just, replaying those games and stuff. I'm like, man, we had patience as a kid.
Yeah, we did. Okay, Doug. Next one. Trying to move this along amidst our stonedness, man. A character in a TV show or a movie that wasn't a horror film that scared the shit out of you.
Does it have to be recent or any TV show?
When you were a kid.
Okay, I got one for you. This is a deep dive for you.
All right.
But upon
rewatching, let me guess. The fireman clown from Brave Little Toaster.
It's weird because a lot of people would think that because I like Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah.
But no, it's not the clown scene. If anything that creeped me out in Brave Little Toaster was the fucking magnet at the junkyard. It's a very orange and angry magnet. I think that weirded me out more as a kid. Because it made like this weird humming noise. But I gotta say, here's a deep cut for you. What legit scared me as a kid, it was a show called, and it wasn't the show itself, because I watched the show and I'm like, man, this doesn't hold up at all.
Yeah.
It was an episode of a show, and it was called Ghost Rider.
Okay.
And, you remember Ghost Rider?
I barely remember Ghost Rider, dude. I watched a little bit of it, and I didn't like the way it was I guess maybe I was a hipster kid, because I was like, this is shot stupid. And it
is shot very stupid. Like, it's a bunch of, it feels like, it's a very weird show, but, I didn't know what it was for years. I just remember turning on the TV. I was homesick one day, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" It's the purple bubblegum monster, and it's this weird.
Is it that weird like where it's like this with eyes and
he's got like he looks like Toxic Avenger almost.
Okay. I've seen pictures of that, man. It is kind of freaky.
Yeah, and I didn't know what it was, and I saw it on TV, and maybe for you '90s kids. Maybe you had that same effect too, because I had no idea what the name of the show was, what it even was. I'd type in purple goo monster doll, but the way it talks just creeped me out. And I remember years and years I had nightmares of seeing that purple thing. Like I'd open the attic and I'd see it just sitting there talking. It says a phrase. I don't even remember what the phrase is, but it's like me angry, me mad. So I remember having dreams of my toys that took batteries would say me angry, me mad.
Oh my God.
And it's very weird. I'm gonna type it in right now. Maybe I could find that that noise he makes. Bubblegum monster, Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. I see people already talking about the it's called the purple slime monster, but it looks like this.
Oh damn, man! That's almost Ghostbusters.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Can you see it on my screen? I see a little bit of it. Wow, yeah. That would be kind of freaky.
I'll have to show you it, Coker.
Okay,
but,
you know what that means? Dude.
Nightmare-inducing.
I think that was your big inspiration aesthetically to
incel baby.
To the incel baby.
Yeah.
That's I see a lot of the incel baby in that purple goo man.
Yeah, a lot of that was Joe Castro's idea too, because he always makes like the Terror Tunes look to it. Yeah, so man. Maybe that was like an inspiration.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm really happy that you got to make your little monster movie.
I was happy too. The very offensive little monster movie.
Ghoulies, Gremlins, Critters, Munchies. You have one in there, man.
Well, he's going to be in the new film Trash Juice.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so we're filming that now. Hopefully, I'm looking to have it done by March or April.
Okay.
Yeah, so more of the incel baby. And you're going to be in there too as Moranica.
Yes, as Moranica. I'm really excited to be Moranica. I'll be like, it's Channel 69 News. Top stories, So
well, you're gonna be your rival is the owner of B Movie TV.
Yeah.
So yeah,
fuck you, B Movie TV. Channel 69 was 69. You all the way to down. I don't, something.
I still want to have you cook macaroni in your vagina.
Macaroni and slap. All right. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So where did we leave off on? We left off on
character.
The bubblegum monster.
The character from a TV show or horror or a movie non-horror that scared the shit out of you. I have one myself.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Do you want to guess?
Yeah, the opening scene to The Howling, where he's in that porn theater.
That's I said non-horror movie, dude.
Oh, non-horror movie.
Non-horror
okay.
Movie.
Well, shit, man. I'm trying to think of something that you keep referencing. Was it something
I'll say it, dude.
Okay, what's up?
What scared the shit out of me as a kid was Judge Doom when he's all cartoon style at the end of Roger Rabbit, when he has the eyes and he's like, "When I killed your brother," and then he has he has the fucking saw. It's like, oh, dude, that was like.
But that's not. You said a TV show.
I said TV show or movie, just non-horror.
Oh. Okay,
so that scared the fuck out of me, dude.
Yeah. So does Ghost Rider count as horror? No, that was a kid's show.
But they fit, man. They fit my categories. We'll just go along. Now, final. Scariest movie monsters from a horror movie that scared the ever fuck out of you as a kid, and yet you thought was real. Because remember, I guess we're doing this Januscary theme, so we want to talk about fear. We want to talk about nightmares and shit. And, I think talking about the monsters from the movies that legit scared you as a kid and you thought they were in your room at night sticks with you,
Yeah, so actually I have two of them here.
Okay.
So this one here, one of my favorite movies, well, you said Ghoulies. Obviously,
it's kind of coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Ghoulies 1 and 2, but I got to tell you, something that stuck with me, and, with my siblings, when we watched this movie, we would always scare each other saying, "Oh, it's coming in the door. It's coming in the door." But it wasn't the Ghoulies in the first movie. And if you guys watch Saturday Night Terrors with Yahira, which is the one that comes on when Jake's episodes aren't airing, then Yahira's comes on B Movie TV. I added a clip to it in the opening credits for that. And it is the little clown that opens the door in Ghoulies in the original one. Mm-hmm. There's a ghoulie hiding inside of this little clown puppet.
Yeah.
And it's not little; it's like the size of a short person. But it's terrifying.
What's really fucking cool, Doug, is my scary movie monsters are like known ones, and you actually had a deep cut movie monster scare you as a kid.
Yeah, and the thing is,
who the fuck says the clown from Ghoulies?
Yeah, the little clown from Ghoulies, and he comes out and he starts strangling the girl, and then he like slaps her against the wall. But the thing is, there's a scene that you remember we watched Ghoulies last year on our Stoner movie marathon.
Yes, we did. Every May we have this thing where we get really high and we watch this double feature of a Cheech and Chong movie and a Ghoulies movie. And next, dude, we got to watch the third Cheech and Chong with the third Ghoulies Go to College. But one of the Jumbo's Clown Room girls told me that Ghoulies 3 sucks and not even weed can save it. And I told her, "We'll do it, girl, and I'll get back to you." So.
Well, I'm curious to try it out because I remember I enjoyed it as a kid, but growing up, I'm like, oh man, this is just cringy. It's that college Animal House humor, which is very boomery.
We can make fun of it, dude. We can make fun of it.
Yeah, no, but Ghoulies 3, it's something. It's John Carl Buechler too, so R.I.P.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, he did a good job with that.
Yeah.
But, okay, so...
What other movie monsters scared the fuck out of you as a kid?
Well, another one, everyone already knows this because I talked about it before with Creepshow 2, but what terrified me, and I'm still, like, anxious to this day of going in water that I can't see, like, in lakes or oceans.
The black slime from Creepshow 2.
The black slime from the raft from Creepshow 2.
You know what's cool, dude? This is going to be a heartfelt friend moment. But one of your scary movie monsters as a kid was slime that eats you. One of my scary movie monsters as a kid was the 1988 Blob that I thought was going to eat me. So we both were afraid of slime that eats you.
Yeah, or something that melts your skin down. Because I thought wouldn't that be like
terrifying.
The worst death to like melt?
That's the worst. That's why it's so fucking scary to us. It's like, ugh. You know?
Yeah, and the thing is, what scared me about Creepshow 2, I saw Creepshow 2 when I was like 5 or 6 because my grandma rented it for me. She rented like there's like a cartoon movie and then Creepshow 2. And
I'm like, God, dude!
And I watched Creepshow 2.
Your fucking grandma was hardcore. Jesse,
she was hardcore. She's like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Here's Creepshow 2. I'm like 5 years old.
Fuck, dude.
And but what you know? What was so weird about Creepshow 2 that sucked into like just why I love that. I want to get a tattoo of it too. But just it starts out with It starts out like a cartoon. You know, because it's animated. The creep segments are animated, and so that with a mixture of like intense violence, because Creepshow 2 is very violent. Have you watched? Like you get the.
It's much more violent and much more gory and mean spirited than the first movie. I'll admit.
Very, just like Chief Woodenhead like slamming like an axe to these people's heads,
and scalping, and it's like, or the way they kill the shop owners in Chief Woodenhead.
Yeah, he shoots them with a fucking shotgun.
Yeah, it's Creepshow. There's a nasty streak with Creepshow 2.
Yeah, like the first one's great, but just for me, I think Creepshow 2 is like the punk rock.
To be honest, dude, that's where we differ because I grew up and still love the first Creepshow. Like that's all my shit with the colored lighting and the silhouettes around them and the dun dun. That's like one of my top horror films is the first Creepshow. So we're both in love with Creepshow, but just different ones.
Yeah. Do you like Creepshow 2 though?
I do like Creepshow 2. Yes, sometimes I'll even throw it on.
Yeah, no, I do too. But yeah, that Blob. What was so scary about that? Because I watched that movie and I was sitting there. She had like a small TV with a VCR on top, and I was sitting there after the movie, and I was like, I'm terrified. Like, what did I fucking see? Like the hitchhiker gets shot through the hand, through the face, and like blood just pours down. And he gets ran over, and you see it. I'm like, this is really fucking violent.
So that was your breakthrough horror.
But the thing is, like at my grandma's place, this was in Ohio. She had a townhouse, and a townhouse in the back. It was the woods, but in the woods there was a swimming hole, and it was a giant green and black lake. Oh. And the thing is, it was made. The stories I heard about, she's like, oh, it's a lake, but it was also a. I'm trying to think of the words they use. It's a PBS word, so all you smart people might know. When they have a mine shaft or something, and they blow it up. And it fills up with water.
Oh, wow.
It's like a swimming hole. Wow. But it's kind of bursted because they dug a hole and it filled up with water. So to think that there's like a mine shaft underneath there. You know what I mean? That's creepy, isn't it? And then you don't know what's deep down there.
Some black thing would crawl up and then it'd grow into the water and just wait for its victims and shit.
Yeah, or just because I've seen stuff like the Blob in there.
It's what? It's like we're writing a creepypasta right now.
Yeah, but just think, like, would you want to be stuck on a raft with, like, this blob that moves fast, and if you touch it, it, like, melts your skin down?
Oh, God, that would be a nightmare. But for me, dude, I grew up with the 1988 The Blob, and I always thought that a big slime monster coming out through the drains and dragging you through the fucking sink, like in that movie, scared the shit out of me. Or when I saw the kid die in The Blob, my heart fucking stopped, dude, because I was like, holy shit, I've never seen a kid die in a horror movie. I thought that was taboo, and a kid come out all gruesome and shit. And when that happened in The Blob, I was like, all bets are off. What the fuck am I in for? See, that's the thing I miss about being a kid, dude, is like, when you saw a horror movie,
It stuck with you. You were scared of it.
I miss that feeling, man. I really do.
I do. Puppet Master 2 was one that terrified me. Like when the guy's sleeping in his bed and...
Oh my god, dude. Or in Puppet Master 2 when the one fat farmer lady's like, quit it, and they're sleeping together, quit it, and then she turns around and the husband's just being stabbed by the doll. Oh...
Because they come at you when you're sleeping, so it's like if I go to sleep.
My internet is getting out, but dude, hopefully you can hear this. It was sleeping! Oh my god, dude. Puppet Master 2 scared the fuck out of both of our childhoods. Puppet Master 2 was like top Puppet Master to both of us, man.
Yeah, no, Puppet Master, yeah, it's funny because out of all of them, not even the first one, like when my grandma again rented me Puppet Master 2, and I remember sitting there watching it, I was...
Your grandma, man.
And she's like, you could go to the spare room, which was like upstairs. Mm-hmm. And I go in there and I'd be so afraid. Like I'd get in bed and I just think that tunneler or the blade was going to come out and, take my brain. Because they were taking brains in that movie.
They also like cut out the lights and attack you too. It's one of the most like, yes, that's how dolls would have to kill somebody method. And that's what kind of makes that movie so kind of fucking scary for a Puppet Master film.
Yeah, so seriously, for you guys, I think it's on Tubi. Watch Puppet Master 2 again. Like,
dude,
I don't know if it'll hold up. Like it probably might not now, but I think Puppet Master 2. If you were a kid, it was fucking scary. Like I remember being vividly scared that I was gonna get drilled in the head.
For me, that is one of Full Moon's absolute scariest films. Is Puppet Master 2.
Well, it's well made too, which helps.
Yeah.
Full Moon isn't what it used to be.
I also miss... Do you remember when Sci-Fi Channel would play Full Moon movies all the time in the late 90s?
Yeah, but a lot of them were censored.
They were, but dude, that's how I saw Puppet Master 2. That's how I saw Seed People. That's how I saw Bad Channels. That's how I saw Castle Freak. It was fun times, man.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Puppet Master 2, man, that brings back memories because that scared me. I remember being so afraid of it when I took it out of the VCR. I'd smelled the tape, and the thing is when I think
it smelled dusty, didn't it?
It smelled, yeah, like an old like Blockbuster video rental.
Mm-hmm. I miss that smell.
That musty VHS smell.
Hold up. Here's my VHS of Goosebumps.
Oh yeah, we watched that. I think yeah. Smell it. Did you just come in that clamshell?
No, but it's a great. Wait. What I love is, hold up, I gotta put down my pipe. Is when you open it up. Hear this, everybody.
Yeah, hear it.
Oh,
I just came out. Oh
my god.
Oh, what is that? Oh. It's got two holes.
Oh, there, Doug.
All right. DP neighbors.
We gotta.
Okay.
We gotta DP this Goosebumps: A Night of Tower Terror VHS tape.
Okay. I got one for you.
Okay.
You know what scared me? Maybe it scared you too. I used to have the Goosebumps Werewolf of Fever Swamp VHS, and that scared me. Like when they're hiding in that tool shed and the werewolves are like shaking the walls. That scared me a lot as a kid. I was like, man, this is Goosebumps.
Yeah, I know I have 2 more Goosebumps VHSs. Where the hell?
Do you have you seen Werewolf of Fever Swamp?
Dude, I have, and you know what's funny is that one's really serious because like the werewolf actually kills people, and the old man is all like, "You killed my whole family and my children." And I was like, "Oh, this is dark for R.L. Stein." Damn.
Yeah, the werewolves are actually scary. I'm like, kudos.
That is like a legit good like werewolf media out there, man. Where the fuck did I put those other Goosebumps VHS? That's
well, what was the other Goosebumps one?
Dude, I had Haunted Mansion and I had a Haunted Mask and Haunted Mask 2 on VHS. Where the hell did I put them?
Did you ever watch Werewolf Skin?
Dude, that one was kind of stupid.
I thought it was scary.
I did not like Werewolf Skin, to be honest.
They were the parents, or they were the neighbors.
Okay. Before I get into my scary movie monsters that fucked me up as a kid, let's talk about TV monsters. So 2 TV monsters scared the... Well, actually, a bunch of TV monsters scared the fuck out of me, dude, as a kid. Coco the Clown from the Strung Along episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, yeah.
That scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Morty from the Ventriloquist Dummy episode of Tales from the Crypt, where it's all, like that.
So this is mostly Tales from the Crypt.
No, dude. No, dude. When the masks start floating and saying Carly Beth and Haunted Mask of Goosebumps, that scared the fuck out of me as a kid. What else?
That scared me too.
Talkie Tina episode of Twilight Zone where it's like, you better be good to me. It was like, oh, and the way the mom throws the doll and that realization with the eerie lighting on the staircase in Twilight Zone episode, shivers. I remember shivers from that old 50s, late early 60s TV show. Yeah, that fucked me up as a kid. Yeah, that one. And I know there was one more. Oh, any of the clown episodes from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like the Zebo the Clown, that fucked me up as a kid too.
Yeah, I remember being afraid of again, another water thing. The swimming pool monster from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Dead Man's Float. Yeah, where like...
Yeah.
You know Jay Baruchel from This Is the End is in that?
He is?
He's the kid that gets killed. No, he's the kid who gets killed by the pool thing, so...
Oh, man, yeah, I just remember being scared of that.
Dude, there's not enough pool horror films. What the fuck is up with that?
Not much you could do in a pool.
Well, I mean, there's It Follows, there's Are You Afraid of the Dark, there's this weird slasher movie called The Pool that has James McAvoy in it, and... maybe one or two more. Oh, Death Spa, maybe, you know, but it's like, I feel like the pool is not really, it's like, we can make a pool spooky, kind of, give it a shot.
Yeah, you could kind of do that, yeah. I mean, possible. Pools are always like, well, you do get a good pool scene in The Strangers Pray at Night. I thought that was a very good pool scene.
Yeah, that was a good pool scene, man.
Because that's kind of a scary scene. You think about it, it's like, you know, someone's trying to stab you in a pool. It's not much farther, you know, it's kind of hard to...
Yeah.
So very, very well done. So a little plug to Strangers Pray at Night. I like that.
So the movie monsters that scared the fuck out of me as a kid was, as I mentioned, the Blob. The Blob scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Chucky scared the ever-living shit out of me as a kid. Especially the fucking video store that had the cardboard standee of Child's Play 2 with the big scissors.
Yeah. Ow, yeah, that scared me too.
I stayed in the fucking car while my mom was getting videotapes. Because of that.
Yeah, Chucky was scary.
Oh,
I remember my grandma had a copy of the first Child's Play and then the third movie.
Okay.
And I remember I was scared of the third movie's cover for some reason.
Where it's just his face going like this?
Yeah, and he has like a little trail. Like, that scared me. Like, just his face there. Like that gave me nightmares. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know what Chucky was. I just kind of saw this angry redhead. And I'm just like...
angry ginger child going...
Yeah, but yeah, Child's Play 3's cover just spooked the fuck out of me. Even in the first movie's poster too,
where he's just like this.
Yeah, he's standing and it's like a dark background. That scared me too.
You know.
Yeah, I don't like the new covers of the movies because it's like, no, just keep that.
Yeah, keep that. What also scared the fuck out of me as a kid was Pennywise the Clown from It.
Oh yeah, when he's doing the
yeah, that scared the fuck out of me. I was I was like, ugh, from that. I looked at storm drains on rainy days. Like, you know, I thought he was there. Leprechaun scared the fuck out of me. I'm embarrassed.
Leprechaun scared me too.
Leprechaun was fucking scary as a kid. It was scary.
Well, you want to know how bad Leprechaun hit me? It was mostly like Leprechaun 2. Or what's the one where he has the chainsaw?
That's Leprechaun 3 in Las
Leprechaun
Vegas.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Leprechaun 2, and he goes, ah, me God. And he, like, rips people's fingers off, and he kills an espresso guy. Leprechaun 2, 1, 2, 3, I like, you know what, I like them all because I'm always running around doing the Leprechaun thing. I'm like, ah!
You got that from Nick, though.
Yeah, my brother imitates the Leprechaun a lot at work. So, you know. Yeah, when, because he works for the city in San Luis Obispo. So there's a lot of Karens out there.
Oh my god!
But the Karens will come up to him because he's what's the people that do where they're always getting yelled at? He's a parking ticket person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anytime like they have to pay him over the stuff, he goes ah. He just ah. People just look at him like, what the fuck?
It's like Nick is being an actual like money troll going ah.
Yeah, he does. And he does it randomly. Like, I'll just be going to the store with them, and then all of a sudden, they're like, "Here you go. Here's your Chick-fil-A burger."
I I'm sorry. Okay, I'm imagining like Nick in an actual like long troll hat and a big nose, and he's like claws, and he's going running around.
He's like here's for Jake because he just showed his kids the Lord of the Rings cartoon. Yeah. Remember the Lord of the Rings, the cartoon where he does this?
He's going like this,
like, convulses
with the ring and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what my brother does. So yeah, Leprechaun did seep into our lives because Nick's still doing it.
Yes. Yeah, but Leprechaun was scary, especially the VHS cover was scary, where it's just him coming through the doorway going like this. My older brother would grab that VHS for some odd reason. The Albertsons we went to as a kid in Lake Elsinore, yeah, fuck you. Anyways, the end of the aisle.
Piss off the Lake Elsinore viewers.
No, I'm gonna the people who think you had a childhood in Lake Elsinore. I'll be like, well, fuck you too. So
it's like all the Lake Elsinore people. If they're listening, hopefully your house didn't explode from a meth lab yet.
Oh, fuck off! Fuck off!
Well, okay, I think was it you that told me? No, I think it was your dad. The one time when we were talking to your dad's like, oh, when you go to Lake Elsinore, just expect to hear a loud booms. I'm like, loud booms? He's like, yeah, it's a meth lab exploding. Anytime there's a twinkle in the sky, a meth lab explodes in Lake Elsinore.
My father would say that shit.
So now when I think of Lake Elsinore, I just think of meth labs.
Back to the story. At the end of the aisle, they had a rack of VHS tapes, and my brother would take the VHS of Leprechaun, and he'll try to shove it in my face, going, he's gonna get you, he's gonna get you, and I would run down, I would run all the way down the entire aisle, in a crowded Albertsons, going, ah! Like,
what's wrong?
Leprechaun! Yes, I did that. I embarrassed the fuck out of my mom. Oh, and then I ran out of the store. Like screaming, going like.
Now, what would you do if someone came up to you and just said, "Da, me God"? You know, I'm scared. It's like, my brother's turned into the Leprechaun.
Bring back. But finally, I gotta get some water.
That's right, chug, spring break.
The final monster that scared the fuck out of me as a kid was Michael Myers.
Yeah, everyone's fucking afraid of Michael Myers.
Yeah, I honestly thought as a kid that he was hiding in the shadows and I was about to strike, and I was like, ugh, so.
Yeah, here's another deep cut for you. You know who someone else who scared me? Was there's a movie called Junior. And I remember renting it, and I was afraid of Junior's.
Was that the VHS where it was like a chainsaw going through wood and a guy going like this?
Yeah. It says, "Run away, Leatherface. There's a new psycho in town." Junior. But yeah, the Junior scared me for some reason. He was just like this hillbilly with like this weird grandma that it's clearly a guy in drag, playing a grandma. But he would like go to his grandma, and then his grandma I remember just scenes of him, because he would do things like he had a chainsaw, and then there's someone on a boat, and he just throws a plant with a hook on the guy's hand, so he falls in the water, because it was really weird. But if people know what I'm talking about, maybe you know. But Junior's kind of a very hard movie to find. That came out in 1987, 88.
Dude, you know what I like is we said Slasher Smoke Break was going to be about deep cuts, but also going off the rails, and it's like we had a set idea for this episode, and we're going off the rails, going back into deep cut movies. So it's like Smoke Break cannot escape deep cut recommendations.
Well, I'm much as El Duce would say, up the dose on that. I smoked 2 bowls, so I didn't have anything to eat.
This
yet,
one's like
but I am very hungry.
Really, really deep. So I mean,
what did you have? Is it an indica or sativa?
It's a hybrid.
Oh, so you could plug it in.
Yeah. It's a hybrid. Dude, I was going to suggest an idea what if, it's a little bit more editing. We have to apologize to Aid. But what if we take a break and we re-record to smoke and eat a little?
Why the fuck would we do that?
Well, I mean, we could eat. We're both hungry, man.
Oh, I'm not stopping this fucking. You see this? This is what happens in Slasher Smoke. Really want to take what is that? You want to take a food break?
It's an idea.
Nah, I don't think so. Let's finish this up, Buster.
Okay, all right, fine. It was an attempt.
No, I get. See, this is good. By the way, did you finish those peanut butter squares?
Yes, we did. Oh my God, those peanut
fucking
those. How did she do it? Honest to God, how does she do it?
That's a secret Yahira is not telling me. So
she's holding on to it.
Well, I came down and she was like melting the chocolate first, and then cooking the peanut butter, and then putting the peanut butter over a little bit of Yahira makes very good peanut butter chocolate squares. Oh, and she puts a little bit of brown sugar in there too. I think that's the secret, actually.
You think so? But brown sugar in the peanut butter, or brown sugar in the chocolate?
No, she puts it on the peanut butter.
Okay, you can tell that we're still high because we're getting really into details on peanut butter squares. So.
Oh yeah, no those peanut butter squares. That's the best, son.
Oh, I know. But you know what? I was also lucky. My mom came by and gave me a bunch of fudge too, so that was nice.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Oh, the fudge is nice. The fudge. But
Did you guys go to a Honey Baked Ham and fuck a ham there for free and you get a free ham?
We still have some ham. Yeah, we still have some ham. But so guys, that was what we did for everything that scared us as kids. One more thing that scared the fuck out of me as a kid was the Big Bertha Machine.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. I looked it up, The Big Bertha arcade machine at your pizza place in Riverside, right?
No. When I was a kid, I lived a bit in Ontario, and right down the street there was a Graziano's Pizza, and I would go there as a kid all the time, and they had, like, the bad 80s carpets and, like, the checkered tiles, and you remember those, like, glass bricks walls?
Yeah, I remember those.
They had the glass brick walls, and they had a bunch of, like, games on arcades. And one of the arcades that scared the fuck out of me as a kid, it was like this big, inflatable, fat redhead lady with a giant mouth with big red lips. And she would, like, open her mouth and go down and go like this. And she would say, I want to eat. And you would have to throw balls in her mouth. Haha, I know. And she would just go, feed me, like that, and it was called the Big Bertha Machine, and it would scare the fuck out of me as a kid, and I swear to God, dude, one time we went out as a family, and we were driving back at night, and I didn't fall asleep, and we passed by Graziano's, and Graziano's was closed, and I swear to God, in the window, there was a little bit of lights in the arcade, and there was a fucking light on Big Bertha, and it goddamn looked at me.
Well, there's another deep cut for you.
If I ever see that machine again, I will probably piss my pants. I swear to God, like, it's Big Bertha, so, oof.
I don't know if that game would work today. You feed a fat lady
balls. You throw balls in a fat lady's mouth going, feed me.
Yes, Audrey, too.
Yeah, but...
Well, I'm on... Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm on Google right now.
What's going on?
Yeah, she looks like a puppet.
Yeah, it's fucking it's creepy shit, dude.
Big Bertha. She's wearing a muumuu.
Yep, she's wearing a red white polka dot muumuu.
Well, shit. Hey, if you want to take a road trip to San Francisco, it's at the San Francisco Arcade Museum.
We're up there, dude. There's another really creepy arcade machine at the San Francisco Vintage Arcade Museum. There was like this little clown doll that you can play with marionettes and shit.
Really?
Yeah. It was really fucking creepy too, dude. Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah. Speaking of that too, I used to be creeped out by Laughing Sal. Do you remember Laughing Sal?
I don't remember Laughing Sal. What's that?
It was this huge doll that was made in the 40s, and a lot of carnivals would have Laughing Sal. It's like the fat lady that goes.
Oh, you mean like the big laughing fat lady in the Funhouse?
Yeah, like kind of like that. But this was Laughing Sal. Okay, so for you people that grew up in Ohio, Laughing Sal was at the well, now it's at Santa Cruz Beach, but there used to be an amusement park that closed down when I was a kid. But now Laughing Sal was this huge doll, and it's an animatronic that just kind of shakes around. And she used to stand up and like it freaking scared me because it would just do nothing but laugh. So let's.
Oh, Jesus fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my God, that's way worse than the fucking fat lady in the Funhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
This was in Ohio, so I remember seeing it all the time. Like, let me try to. She's this big lady that just sits there and laughs. It's like a green witch. And I took pictures at that museum, but yeah, Laughing Sal was there, and she, like, her hands are all crusted over because it's, you know, stuff from the 40s. But that, like, Euclid's Beach Park, that was the name of the amusement park, Euclid State Beach Park.
Okay.
And it closed down, and they had Laughing Sal there. And then when they closed it down, there was pictures taken, and Laughing Sal's still in the window laughing, even though it's all closed down.
Oh, my God, man.
So
you think we're done? You think we're okay with what scared the shit out of us as kids?
Yeah, I think so. We got enough nostalgia bait. What are we, J.J. Abrams?
Yeah, I know. Here, I'll give you everything you want, guys. Fuck off. But anyways, man. So before, I mean, we are recording this, Doug, on December 31st, 2021. We're recording this on New Year's Eve. The new year is going to happen, you know, tonight. And let's reflect on the horror movies of the year, dude. Before we get into, like, our movie discoveries, let's just talk about the horror movies, the new horror movies that we saw this year that we liked, or we got a note, you know. Before we start, my wife's favorite horror movie of the year is Psycho Goreman. And you know what? Now, when Adam was on the show, it was just you against everybody else against Psycho Goreman, but guess what? Now it's 2 against 2 for Psycho Goreman. Psycho Goreman fucking rocks, Jake and Ake.
Oh, yeah, Jake and Ake.
Jake and Ake. I'm calling her Ake. You know, Jake and Ake.
Jake and Ake, I'm going to buy you a shake and bake.
Okay, yeah, okay, guys, for Jake and Ade, that's Jake and Ake. Sounds like a Jake and Ake attack, like if you guys were like a Mega Man duo or a Dragon Ball Z duo and shit. The Jake and Ake attack, you know.
Or like the Mona and Lisa boss in Streets of Rage 2.
Yes. Oh, that would be really cool, too. Like slides. Yeah, okay. But you know what?
That'd be fun.
I liked, my wife liked Psycho Goreman. I fucking like Psycho Goreman, so... But Doug, what were some of your favorites of the year?
Well, I enjoyed I forgot Psycho Goreman came out this year because I ended up buying the Blu-ray
January.
of it. So, you know, if I buy the movie, I usually like it. I enjoyed Malignant. I didn't really pay it much attention like when I first saw it because I was very tired, and I don't think I wasn't in the mood for a good time. But I rewatched it recently. I'm like, this is like a high budget basket case.
Dude, Malignant was cuckoo bananas. Every single thing in that movie is a willing choice to be crazy. Everything. The dialogue.
Well, it's got a good mix on there. It's got dialogue. It's got
It has weird dialogue. It has weird characters. It has giallo shots. It has crazy lighting. It has Fulci style, the psychic. Then it turns into fucking a Dark Castle movie, and then it turns into like a bad video game. It goes all over the fucking place.
Well,
man.
and then it also, one of my favorite scenes or sequences, I enjoy the woman in prison scene.
Yeah,
it's very woman in prison.
Yeah, and then it turns into like a Peter Jackson fest with all the gore scenes, and it's like, holy shit, that movie was a roller coaster ride. And to be honest, guys, just get it out of the way, that might be my favorite horror movie of the year.
Malignant?
Yeah, Malignant. It might be my favorite.
I mean, I enjoy it. I'm like, I'm not going to sing its praises and stuff. I mean, it was okay.
Sorry. Oh my god.
Man, you got what was the name of the bad guy in Malignant? The brother?
I got the Gabriel. It's coming out of the.
You got Gabriel. He's coming out of the back. See, okay. Now here's something for you. That's gross to me. Like body horror movies, like The Fly, like where his body part stuff starts falling off. That's cringy to me. So like when she had the crack on the back of her head and had another face, I'm like, that's really fucking gross.
Yeah, that's some nightmare fuel shit too, dude.
That's body horror stuff. I always find body horror.
You know what that is? That's
disturbing.
also, you know, the design of Gabriel is like it's like Frank Henenlotter's Basket Case meets 9 Inch Nails.
Okay, I can see that a little bit.
Yeah, meets 9 Inch Nails. That's exactly what Gabriel was. 9 Inch Nails, or a Basket Case by 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, no, I just think it's gross. Like,
and you know what's cool is this, and he makes his own specialized weapon too. So it's like it's wanting to be horror icon status.
So it's like he used an envelope opener or something.
Yes, like a sharpened envelope opener with like a thing. It's very Giallo-esque too.
Who the fuck needs an envelope opener that big?
You know, I gotta say the movie was absolutely nuts, dude, and I was not expecting it to be that fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't think it's my favorite movie ever, but you know, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. You know what? There was a real deep cut horror movie that came out this year that I really loved, that I wish more people would have praised and saw, called Censor. Censor is a really cool movie that's about the 1980s British censors that went after the video nasties. And this woman is watching all these nasty Italian and Spanish horror movies as a censor, and it plays itself like Videodrome, where she starts to go crazy and shit.
Really?
You taking a picture?
Yes, I am. Smile. All right, there we go. So this will be uploaded for the social media thing. Although I realize it's probably easier to take a fucking screen grab, but what do you expect? I'm binging right now.
That's okay,
I'm drinking.
But dude,
I've been drinking again.
Well, you know. But dude, Censor was good because Censor plays itself like a more ghostly, Dario Argento-esque Videodrome.
Okay, well, that'll be on my list then to watch
Dude,
it. Because I've heard
good.
some people talk good about that.
And Censor really comments on Italian horror, too. Very much.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, dude. They even do a shot that's reminiscent of Anthropophagus, and I even asked the director that, Prano, and she was like,
"Is it Anthropophagus or Anthropophagus?"
I think it's I think it's I don't know. That's another Italian horror question, you know. But
then people are going to say, "No, it's Anthropophagus."
But anyway, guys,
Nazis.
Censor is a great examination, haunting horror that most of you slept on, and you know most of you really got to check out. So Censor was really good. Doug, did you have any other horror movies this year that you were like, whoa, new ones?
Yeah, so there wasn't many. Honestly, I'll be honest, I really didn't see a lot of newer movies.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can say, which actually did build up to the hype, I liked a lot, was Squid Game. I watched all the Squid Game episodes.
See, dude, I couldn't get into Squid Game. I think it was the hype of Squid Game that pushed me off from it.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Like maybe when you get to the second episode is when it really builds up. But like honestly, it's very, very well shot, and I think it has some of the best TV I've ever seen. Like there's an episode where they play marbles, and just the way from the acting to the cinematography to the way it's shot, that's like, damn, this is made for TV. This is like, you know, studio. This is very Oscar worthy, I think.
Oh,
it's up there with like, it's shot like Misery and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just stuff like that where it feels like it's more sophisticated than what it's given any right to be.
Okay, man.
So, yeah, Squid Game, I enjoyed a lot, and I know a lot of people watch Squid Game, so, you know.
Speaking of Netflix stuff, dude, a lot of people hated this trilogy, but I fucking loved it, and I'm counting it as one whole movie, but I really dug the Fear Street movies.
Oh, how so?
You know what's funny is the first movie felt like a homage to late 90s Scream slashers, but with like 80s gore and 80s style filmmaking, and I really liked that weird 80s style mix that I really liked. I liked the supernatural elements. The characters were fun throughout all three movies, and it was a coherent story. It had surprises to it. I just generally had an entertaining time, and I didn't want some deep, profound slasher movie like what people expected it to be. I just wanted a fun, dumb R.L. Stine slasher film, and that's what I got. And it was surprisingly gory and mean-spirited. The second movie, dude, has like a bunch of chopped up little kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I might have to check it out then, because
dude,
I'm off this weekend,
it surprises
so
you because the Fear Street movies show that R.L. Stine can get mean and can get gory too.
Yeah, well, I mean, before Goosebumps, he was doing like adult books.
Yes, Fear Street, and then I read Superstitious this year.
Okay, how was that?
It's weird, dude. R.L. Stine's Superstitious is his mid-90s take on adult horror, and it's a weird story. It doesn't play well. R.L. Stine writes weird sex scenes, like, he lit the candles and then he slid into her. She moaned lightly. It's like, no, I don't like this, R.L. Stine. But you know what's crazy, dude? It has a weird, out of fucking left field Junji Ito style ending with like demons coming out of a dude's mouth and then ripping him apart and then chasing the woman through the snow laughing and shit. And it's like Gremlins meets Demons ending, and it's like, what the fuck? And nothing suggests anything supernatural until like the last 10 pages, and you're like, what the fuck, R.L. Stine? So it has a crazy ending.
Yeah. Now, question for you. Climax. When did that come out? Because I watched Climax.
Dude, Climax came out like 3 years ago. I think 2018.
Why did I feel like I just seen it this year now?
Dude, that could be your discovery.
Oh, it is.
Oh, nice. But dude, okay. Do you want to get into the Halloween Kills debate or save that for another episode? Because you know how I turned around.
Halloween Kills.
You know how I turned around on the movie. I actually appreciate the fuck out of Halloween Kills.
Yeah, maybe I was in a bad mood both times I watched it.
You know, but like Halloween. Somebody calling you, man?
Yeah, it's fine though. I'll answer it in a bit.
Okay, man.
So.
But
okay, well, dude, a lot of side distractions there.
It's okay, man. We'll get around this. But dude, I appreciate how watch it high and watch it with a dark fairy tale weirdo fan fiction. There's nothing they can fucking do about Michael Myers, no matter how hard they try. Nihilistic, dark, cosmic horror way while stoned. It's fucking awesome, and it has a weird but mean energy to it that I really fucking appreciate. And it takes these weird liberties with the tone of the previous movie that I feel is directorially ballsy. I really appreciate the hell out of Halloween Kills. Is it in like my top 5? I don't know. But fuck, it sticks in my head, dude. And I really appreciate it.
I don't know. I just felt like a lot of time was just wasted. Like, it feels like just a filler movie. But that's just my opinion. Like, I felt like nothing's really progressing.
It's just Michael being Michael, and Michael being a little extra mean.
Yeah, but he kind of like after watching, I'm like, oh, all these humans deserve to die.
They're not likable.
Dies tonight.
They're not likable.
I'm like,
they're
Michael,
not likable.
Please off them.
You know,
off them, kill them.
But what I liked about this new one, dude, was that it shows the movie lingers on the characters like bleeding out and suffering. No other Halloween, well, the Rob Zombie movies do that a little bit, but this movie really does almost like a Fulci-esque loom into it, dude. And it shows the pain and destruction that Michael does. It's almost as if it's a slasher movie saying, you're not supposed to root for Michael. You're supposed to see the fucking damage he does. It's almost like an anti-slasher movie, and I really appreciate that too. I bet everybody listening to this is rolling their eyes right now. Well, fuck you guys. I love Halloween Kills.
Well, I'm sure there's a bunch of other fans sitting out there going, like, oh, Halloween Kills.
No, dude. I'm like the only one on fucking Twitter. Me and a few other people, and that's it.
Isn't Twitter mostly porn anyway?
Well, no comment.
No comments?
Well,
but, who cares what Twitter thinks?
Fuck off, Twitter. But, what else? What else that I saw this year that I really, really liked? I really dug the Resident Evil movie. It was a big surprise, dude.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, I don't get why everybody hated it, because me and Sterling saw it, and we were like, holy shit, this is really faithful to the first 2 games. It gets the rainy day or rainy night atmosphere of the first 2 games really well. The characters are set up. There's this awesome Donald Logan scene where he's trying to escape the town, and just the way it's shot, me and Sterling looked at each other like, holy shit. It looks exactly like the first 2 games mixed. And you know what's cool, dude? It has a John Carpenter feeling throughout the whole fucking thing.
Really?
Dude, okay. It's really... I don't get why everybody hates it. Granted, I will give them credit that the last 20 minutes, dude, really lose a lot of steam. And that's what sucks about it. But overall, it's a big... Dude, remember when we were kids and we saw the first Resident Evil movie with Mila Jovovich? And we were like, this isn't anything like the first 2 games at all.
Yeah, I remember being so disappointed by that.
This fixes all that.
So it's got the creepy music and stuff.
Yep. And it focuses on horror, too.
Okay, so it's got like the piano, like,
dude,
I'm thinking Resident Evil 2 save room.
Yep, dude, Chris plays the fucking piano in it. Yep.
Oh, joy, it's more nostalgia bait.
Yeah, okay, I will admit, the post-credit scene is very Marvel movie. That's what sucks, too.
Well, they got to cash in on Marvel somehow.
I know,
superhero movies are the only ones making money in the theaters.
I fucking hate it, man. So. But, what else did I see this year that I didn't get the... You know what was a big disappointment, dude? Last Night in Soho.
Last Night in Soho wasn't good. How's show?
All style, no substance.
Well, isn't Edgar Wright already fanning his own nuts? Just saying like, oh my god, I can make whatever I want.
Yeah, he is really fanning his nuts over it, even though a lot of people felt it was underwhelming, me included. But he's all on Twitter just going, I'm so good. It's like, dude, calm the fuck down, all right?
He's fanning his nuts to it.
He's fanning his nuts over Last Night in Soho. And let's be honest, Last Night in Soho's main draw was Anya Taylor-Joy. It wasn't fucking Edgar Wright. It was Anya Taylor-Joy because everybody likes that blonde girl right now, and like, she's the one who should be fanning her fucking nuts, not fucking Edgar Wright.
No, she'll slap the clap, you know. I guess that's how that works. Okay. All right, back to reality, as Eminem would say.
Okay. I think we're done with our favorite horror movies of the year, dude. But, what were some old movie discoveries you discovered? Like, older film
there's a few of them.
That you found out and you either bought the Blu-ray or the DVD or you downloaded it or you streamed it and you were like, holy shit. Because I have two, dude, and I know you have two movies, too. So,
I have two movies.
Guys, here comes the Deep Cut segment.
Yeah, this is the deep cut segment for you guys listening. One of the movies I'm going to mention is streaming on Tubi, so you can watch it on Tubi. And then another one's not streaming anywhere yet. I don't think it's going to be. The Untold Story is streaming on Tubi, so maybe they might be able to pick this one up. But my first movie, I've watched it 3 times.
Oh my god!
I bought the Blu-ray. And I ended up showing it to our two friends, Angie and Ryan, when they came over, because they usually come over like, "What kind of weird movies are you going to show us now?" So I usually throw on a weird movie, and I'm like, we had something planned, and they're like, "Nope, that's not the plan. You guys are going to sit down and fucking watch this movie."
Oh my god!
And it is Ebola Syndrome, the Herman Yao film. It's a Category 3 film.
A Hong Kong 90s horror.
Yeah, 1996.
Okay.
It's called Ebola Syndrome, and the thing is, I've heard about Ebola Syndrome in the past or seen the cover for it, and I always passed it off. You want to know why? Because I thought it would be like a fucking zombie movie or something. But this is not the case. If you guys have seen the other Herman Yao Category 3 film, The Untold Story, that one came out in 93, and this is almost pretty much the sequel to that film. Although I wouldn't necessarily say sequel, but
like a spiritual sequel.
Kind of like Evil Dead 2. I think that's a good way to put it. But it's a different story. This was not based on a true story. The Untold Story was based on a true case, actually, which is even crazier, to be honest.
Yes.
But, Untold Story blew me by surprise because I didn't want to look anything up. I'm just like, I'm going to watch this and see why it's so put in the Category 3 section. And when I watched it, I'm like, this is the most unforgiving film ever.
Really?
Like the main character, Anthony Wong plays the main guy in this, and he plays the killer in Untold Story as well. But this movie, it's on my green screen for you guys.
Oh wow.
He's the most disgusting person I've ever seen in a movie.
Wow, really?
And then Angie and Ryan, when they were like, yeah, he's the most despicable person ever. Like out of any movie you've ever seen, he's the worst. Like there could be villains, and this guy tops them. So
really,
and
he's that
just
fucked
he's
up.
He's super cold blooded. In the beginning also opens up with like how the Untold Story ended, because the Untold Story, like there's a scene at the end of the movie that just builds up that's so shocking that puts everything in. It's like, holy shit, this guy's evil.
Yeah.
And this one starts out with a scene like that. And you see those scissors in the back? Basically, he's like caught having sex with his boss's wife. And then the wife's like, "Oh no, he tried to rape me." And so the boss's wife comes here and he's like, "Okay," and he grabs those scissors and he's trying to castrate him. And he has the wife like piss in his face.
Oh my god!
Yeah, this is all within the first 5 minutes. And so he's like, "No, please don't cut off my dick. It's so small as it is." He's like, "There'll be nothing left." And he's like, "No," and the boss is like drinking beer and he's like having him cut off his dick. And so he gives it to him. He's like, "Please, I'll cut off my dick myself. Please, give me that dignity." And he hands him over the scissors, and then he just starts fucking stabbing people. He pushes this guy's his alcohol bottle, and it goes up his teeth and everything, so he's just bleeding out of his nose and his eyes, and his teeth are all fucked up. And then he stabs another guy in the dick with the gardening shears.
Oh.
And then he cuts the wife's tongue out while he makes her finger herself.
Oh my god.
It's brutal. And then they have a little kid. And he forgot the little kid was in the house, so she's like peeking through the door to see. And so the little kid is seeing her family getting butchered by this guy. And then the guy sees her, and he goes and grabs this toddler, and he like ties her up, and he's about to set her on fire. He like pours gasoline all over her, and he's basically just like taunting her the whole time. And then all of a sudden the neighbor comes, and the neighbor's like, "What's going on?" He before he's gonna burn the girl to death, he just walks out, and he's like, "I'm murdering. What does it look like I'm doing?" And then he runs out. So he just has no remorse. And throughout the whole movie, he stinks. Everyone says, "Man, you smell like shit." And then he says later that he doesn't use toilet paper and he doesn't take a shower.
Oh, my God. My God.
And he's working in a restaurant.
Oh, so this movie just goes hard in every way it can.
In every way. I even said, they said this guy is the most disgusting, like, despicable person they've ever seen. She's like, I've seen a lot of movies, but she's like, that guy is the most evil thing I've ever seen. Because he has no remorse, and he's almost like an incel. And what's even crazier is, like, I'm just going to say scenes from this movie, because, you know,
oh my God. How am I going to top that? But luckily, I have a Hong Kong movie to fight your Hong Kong movie, but that's for later.
That's okay. Because, you know, and there's also a scene in this film with Ebola Syndrome. He works in a restaurant, and he's renting the bathroom. He sleeps in a bathroom at the restaurant, and he's renting it from the boss and the boss's wife. And he's like masturbating, and then he hears them having sex, so he like goes to the kitchen and he grabs a thing of meat and he cuts it like a pocket pussy. And so he's listening to them have sex, and he's like fucking the meat, and he comes inside of it, and he like he makes like a little clit, and then he puts it back in the fucking fridge to give to the customers.
Holy sh! This is like a trauma movie, but if a trauma movie is trying to purposely be offensive in a mean way.
It's very seriously played, which makes it even crazier. And so later in the film, they go to Africa. It takes place in South Africa.
Yeah.
And it's just, this guy is just fucking evil. He's going to take a piss because the car breaks down on a safari, and there's a tribe that they're trying to buy dead cows from to get meat cheaper. And this girl's like fucking convulsing. Then you see like this witch doctor spraying blood over these Ebola people that are dying from Ebola. And one of the girls there, like the reason it's Ebola Syndrome is because he rapes one of the villagers who's having an Ebola attack. And then she ends up puking in his face, and he uses the puke. He's like, "Oh, lube," and so he gets that, and that's how he contracts Ebola. But he's like 1 in 10 million that is just a carrier, so he can spread Ebola to other people, but he won't get it. And I'm like, of course, 1 in 10 million chance the most evil person in the world gets carrier status, and he won't get infected by it. So he's fucking food. He's spitting in people's drinks at the restaurant, and it's just he's fucking disgusting. And he doesn't even care. He's like, "Oh, I have Ebola," and he just goes and spits in random people's faces near the end of the movie. I've never seen a movie so fucking mean. It's very fucking mean. Like I haven't seen a movie like that. That's why I had to like show it. And this is exciting for me because this is one of those films that I'd go to like a hipster. There's one out in Santa Monica. We went there. It's right next to the theater where it's a video store. And they categorize stuff by like, oh, here's some.
Yes,
crazy
I know
movies.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know the exact video store you're talking about. Yeah, it's right next to the New Art Theater in L.A.
Yeah, so that place there, and here's the thing: this is the type of movie I would have loved to discover by myself, because it's category 3. Like if I was to watch it, I'm like, I need to see something that's gonna shock me. I need to see something that's gonna make me sit on what I just watched. And I can't really find anything. This would be the film I discovered. I'm like, holy shit, this is it. This is one of Hong Kong's best. And what makes it even crazier is that Herman Yao, the director, he did these 2 movies. Then he also did like comedies and kids movies, and he's done like action movies. So he's kind of like I guess that would be like a director in Hollywood today who directed Sing 2, and then they did the Ebola Syndrome. So, yes, I can't recommend it enough. That's the best thing I've seen this year.
That looks like a fucking like trip, man. One discovery I made this year is another Hong Kong horror movie to try to combat your Hong Kong horror movie, dude. And in the late 80s, I think it was mid 80s or late 80s, they did a movie called Possessed 2. Possessed 2, okay, it has no relation to the first Possessed, to the first Possessed, another Hong Kong supernatural horror movie, but Possessed 2 is like, imagine if the guy who did Ricky, Story of Ricky and the Cat, teamed up with Fulci to do a mix of Poltergeist with Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, and that's a real deep cut. But where can people find this movie?
Sadly, dude, I had to go to a couple bootleg websites to find the proper uncut version, because there's scenes where, like, the ghost pushes a pregnant lady down the stairs and she hits her belly on every fucking step, and then she's in the corner bleeding out of her pussy going, "Aah!" And that scene's only in the uncut version. And then there's another scene, dude, where, like, a demon gets a bunch of melted metal on itself, and it bursts itself out of a metal door and flies Raiden style, going, and it punches this white monk lady in her titties, and her titties fucking explode, going, and she goes, "Ah!" Like, I'm not kidding. That happens in Possessed too.
Yeah, I think did I borrow that one from you? I can't remember.
Yeah, you watched it, dude. Yeah, you watched it back in the summertime.
I must have been stoned or drunk.
Dude, it's fucking it's a crazy movie. And then it ends with the demon child coming, and it goes to all these other fucking places. It's absolutely wild, and there's crazy makeup effects throughout it too.
Oh, well, yeah.
Possessed 2,
all right,
dude.
So we'll have to check out Possessed 2. Who's the director of that, so people listening know?
David Lau.
David Lau. And what year was this from?
1984.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Possessed 2, 1984.
Possessed 2, 1985, David Lai. David Lai, L-A-I. So, David Lai. So, Doug, what's your other discovery of the year?
So, this is one, actually, I discovered it from B-Movie TV. Mm-hmm. Ken had showed me this. We did a convention a few weeks ago for the Midsummer Scream Christmas. Yeah. And we had the B-Movie TV booth, and we were just talking. Excuse me. And we're talking about, like, films that's like, something that really needs, like, a restoration or, like, a cleanup. Yeah. And I'm holding the official, like, VHS master of this, but it's Streetwalkin'. Okay. And it came out in, Streetwalkin' came out in 1985, I believe. Okay. Let me take a look here. I don't want to give off. So, here, 1985, yeah, I was right. And I had not seen this film, but the dad from the original Pet Sematary plays a pimp in this film. Okay. And I never thought, like, Ken was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, this movie's just fucking vicious. And so I'm watching Streetwalking, and it's obviously, like, it opens up with just, it's very well acted, I'll say. It's very well acted, but it starts out with, like, this daughter who's, like, in high school, and then this little kid, they get off this subway, and then she's, like, in a payphone. She goes in the payphone, she starts crying, she's like, oh, Mom, please, you're drunk again, can we please come home? Like, she's just, like, it's very sad. But then this guy, the dad from Pet Sematary, the pimp, sees this girl crying, and he, like, kind of, like, stalks her, and he's like, hey, you wanna make money? So, you know, months pass, and now she's a street girl, and she's still going to college and stuff. But he played, like, he's the creepiest, craziest pimp. Like, when you think of pimp, what's the first thing that pops in your head?
Like admittedly a black dude with, like, a big hat and a big cane, and, you know, the grill.
Yeah, big cane, like, so, like very, like, flashy. Yeah. But no, he's like Pinstripe Porteroo from Crash Bandicoot. If he was like and he beats these girls. Like, he's like, what, is this not enough money? Are you fucking lying to me? Like, he just grabs them out in the street, and he, like, pulls the one girl's wig off, and he just starts beating her. Oh my God. And they're, like, kicking her in the street. And he's just, yeah, and it's crazy. Like, it's just very, like, now I'm like, man, Ken, this film is fucking savage. Like, it's vicious. Damn, man. So it's a lot of these, like, it's very sad, because you see, like, these girls doing the prostitution against their will, and then they're getting beat up by this very creepy pimp. And the thing is, like, I said he would be a good killer in Dead by Daylight. Damn, he's that vicious. After you. Yeah, he's that vicious. Like, he wouldn't. There's one girl in the movie that's pregnant, and he gets mad, and then one girl's like, I love you, Daddy. He's like, I love fucking everyone. Don't you dare touch me. And he starts, like, beating her up. So he's horrible. He's this horrible, horrible guy. But he's scary. So this is the first movie I've ever seen where a pimp is scary.
Wow, man. That's a brutal fucking film. Is it?
Yeah, and he's, like, out in the streets and stuff, too. And he's, like, he goes after the women, and you know, it's a very good movie. So Streetwalkin'. And the good thing is Streetwalkin', from 1985 is available to watch on Tubi. Okay. So you can watch it for free, and it's a good high-def transfer. The one I watched was like a VHS rip. So
Streetwalking.
It was very scary. It scared me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, that's something I'm like, man, this movie is brutal.
Yes.
Like, it's just savage.
Damn. My second discovery of the year was all the way back in January. I decided to have one too many edibles one night, and I put on colored lighting, and I always heard about this Lucio Fulci movie, but I never actually seeked it out. I got the Blu-ray from Amazon, and I decided I'm finally going to watch the Lucio Fulci sword and sorcery movie, Conquest.
Oh, yeah, I watched that, too.
And I had way too many edibles, and I smoked, and I put this on, and I swear to God, dude, this is not Lucio Fulci making a sword and sorcery movie. This is a Lucio Fulci nightmare horror film that thinks it's a sword and sorcery movie.
Oh, I was creeped out by those fucking werewolf things.
Dude, it's hard to describe this thing. Imagine if Conan the Barbarian had more monsters in it, and very vicious, mean-spirited splatter and gore, and colored lighting, and and the film took acid. That's the best. Holy shit! The opening scene where the bear things like rip open the girls through her fucking legs, and then the witch lady like opens out her fucking brains and shit. It's like, oh my god, dude.
Oh man, yeah, Conquest was good.
Conquest
I like that a lot. And
is holy shit,
foggy.
Dude. And it's very foggy, and like every single time you're introduced to another character, they die viciously and gory, so it's like purposely dark and fucked up, and it's like, good god, dude.
So it's kind of like if you watch He-Man, but if He-Man was getting ripped to pieces slowly.
Yes, with colored lighting and weird music and to slow-mo too.
Yeah, so it's, that's a very good one. And
yeah, dude, and at the end, they shoot that magical light arrow, and it hits the witch lady's mask, and she's all like a skeleton underneath it, going blah, like that, and it's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, so think of like Conan the Barbarian meets like...
Barbarian and He-Man.
Zombie, yeah.
Yeah, but with like nightmare imagery. Yeah, this thing is a fucking trip, dude. This is top Fulci to me, dude.
Yeah, so that's available on DVD. Is it? Let's see if is it streaming on Tubi. It might. Be
I think it's streaming. Tubi. I think a lot of Fulci movies are streaming on Night Flight.
On which one?
Night Flight. It's Night Flight. It's that streaming service that does all the weird stuff too. It's streaming on there, and I think it might be on Tubi, but I know it's definitely on Night Flight.
It is available on Tubi.
It is?
Yeah, Fulci, conqueror of trashy fantasy adventure. Right. That's trashy fantasy adventure. Yep. That's what the critics call it.
Dude, it's nuts. But it's a movie you absolutely have to be on something to watch. Absolutely.
Does being sleep deprived count?
That can count too. That would be a fever dream while sleep deprived.
Oh boy,
Doug. One more thing I want to talk about, dude, is do you remember during Summerween when we all watched Skullhead Face?
Oh yeah, Skullhead Face is great. Yeah,
dude, Skullhead Face. One more deep cut to throw to our audience is Skullhead Face is a 1994 Gwar horror movie that's like an hour long. That's about like basically imagine if Gwar made their own take on Invader Zim.
Yeah, no. So a little backstory on that. We're still in talks. I'm trying to get Hunter to find the rights. I believe Metal Blade owns the rights to it, but we're trying to get a screening of it at Free to Cinema.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Because on that Alien Danger film, I worked with pretty much like for 2 weeks straight with Hunter Jackson from Gwar, who did the costumes, and he played Techno Destructo. And we just became friends, and then he told me about all these movies that Gwar did that never really got big releases.
Like Phallus in Wonderland, too.
Phallus in Wonderland. Oh, that's great, too. That's a fucking evil granny with a shotgun and a wheelchair of death.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
But they didn't go anywhere. They stayed in... But they stayed in, like, deep obscurity. Like, I remember when we were watching that, Sterling went on its letterbox and it was like, holy shit, nobody's even seen this.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie, and the effects, and it's all handmade stuff.
Dude,
which is
when Gwar is mutilating the businessmen, it's so fucking over the top.
Yeah, and that was shot on 35mm film
wow.
too. So they're it's like it's funny because it's almost like a rock opera too.
Yeah, it's like a rock opera and just one long music video.
Yeah. And no, it's great. I can't recommend Skullhead Face enough. In fact, I think you could watch it free on YouTube.
Yes, on Gwar's.
The quality's very bad.
Yeah, but it's on Gwar's YouTube page. They have it.
Okay, yeah, I'd strongly recommend it. It's like an hour long.
Yeah, it's only an hour long, so...
No, it's great. Like, I even told Hunter, like, I told him, so we gotta, like, find the original elements to this, like, and send it to, like, whoever can release this. This needs, like...
And I know Sterling...
good.
And I know Sterling is talking to Logan and those guys on the Frida.
Okay, cool. So maybe... If you guys are listening, maybe we'll have a screening of Skullhead Face and possibly Phallus in Wonderland.
Oh God, that double feature, hell yeah!
Yeah, it's a lot of who is it? Otimus? You Gwar people are gonna hate me. I forget his name. What's his name?
Odious Arungus.
Odious Arungus. There you go.
Anyway, my friend, do you think that's a good stopping point?
I do. Are you guys enjoying it?
Yeah,
I know I am.
I am, yeah. Dude, but
I'm a little hungry, though.
I am, too. That's why I was like, okay, let's wrap this up. We're getting a little hungry, so... All right, my friend, I think this was a good episode. Do you want me to end it?
Yep, go ahead and end it. Send them away. Send them home. Send them to La Cabeza.
Yes, guys, this is Slasher's Smoke Break. I am James J. Coker, Dougwa, and goodbye and good day.
Good day, mofos.
How do I stop here? Stop video, right there.
Oh, okay, then go ahead and stop your Audacity.
Stop. Wait, sorry. No, where's my Audacity?